Hi, I'm Becky with VoxFox Productions. I'm so glad you're joining me today. This is where you come to learn everything you need to know about being an independent artist today. It's a lot different than it was 15, 10, even 5 years ago. And my job is to help you feel educated so that you feel empowered to take control of your own music business. One of the first things that you learn when you become an independent artist is that you are not just making music and trying to make money with it. You are now a freelancer. You're also an entrepreneur. And if you embrace this mentality, it really helps you feel like you got your shiz together, right? You're not just like, oh, a starving musician anymore. You're a business owner. With being a business owner comes some tricks. And I have been a freelance music producer, session vocalist, audio engineer, songwriter for about 15 years now. It was 2007 when I left my full-time day job and went completely 100% freelance. And so I've learned some things. Let's just say a few things. So today I want to share with you 12 things that are really important for a freelance entrepreneur to embrace in their life. First, focus on one or two niches, and that's the max. The temptation is to feel like you have to do as many things as you can, and you might have to do that at first. If you're jumping from a day job to freelancing, a lot of times we want to keep the same lifestyle that we previously had when we had our day job. And so we're looking at all of our income streams that we can possibly produce in order to replace that day job income. I did that for sure for a couple of years. If you do it for a couple of years, you're not going to be as likely to burn out, but there will come a point when you'll want to zero in on just a couple of things that bring you the most happiness, that bring you good, steady income. Number two, keep a schedule. Now, I'm a very regimented type of person, but for a lot of creatives, that's one of the hardest things to do. They find that they might get up in the morning and go, I don't know, I just don't feel like making music today. And then they end up playing their Xbox all day. And then if that continues too many times in a row, you start to think, this is not going to work out. I'm not making any money. I feel like a slob. And maybe you're fine with it, but perhaps your partner might be looking at you like, wait, what's happening here? I thought you were going into business. So make a schedule, make yourself stick to it as if it was your job, because now it is. Three, prioritize your mental health. Absolutely, whatever it is that you need to do to help you feel like you can make it through the day, you've got to make that the priority in your life. For me, for many years, actually, I always prioritize my clients' needs and their deadlines before my mental health. And it took me a while, but I finally realized, I have to put myself before my clients. And for me, that's that hour in the morning where I can go to the gym. If I don't do that, it just becomes this spiral downward of feeling bad about myself, and it's really hard to climb out of. So my priority is getting to the gym for that hour a day. And sometimes I'm looking at all that I have to accomplish in that day, and I'm thinking I could really use that hour, but I remember it's like taking my anti-anxiety, anti-depression meds. If I don't do it, it will have negative effects on my ability to accomplish what I need to accomplish that day anyway. So it's just worth making sure that I prioritize that hour. Number four, prioritize your life as a whole. We all have different obligations. We have people who depend on us for certain things, and it's different from individual to individual. I've got a free PDF for you where I've put together a way to organize what's important to you in your life. I hope you'll download it. It's absolutely free. Then it helps you create an entrepreneur schedule based on your priority. So if you're still working your day job, which a lot of people have to do that for quite some time, I worked my day job while I was a voice teacher part-time for years, probably 18 years. That's too long. You don't have to do it that long. This was, a long time ago, even before the internet. I hate to say it, but I was working at a bank while I was teaching voice lessons at home when there was no one was making music at home. I didn't know anything about being an entrepreneur. So it definitely took me longer to get to that point of being able to be a full-time freelancer. So don't let that discourage you. It shouldn't take you 18 years. But you do need to come up with your list of priorities in your life. Day job might be right up there at the top. Taking care of your kids, cooking dinner every night, social time with your friends, weekend getaways with your partner, whatever it is, you need to come up with a way to organize and prioritize everything in your life, and then build a schedule based on those priorities so that you're not neglecting any one thing. You're going to include building your business in this priority list. And so if all you have is 30 minutes on a Thursday evening, that's going to be in your schedule now. And that's going to be every single Thursday for that 30 minutes, you're going to be focusing on building your music business. Number 5, boundaries with clients and artists that you might work with. This can be really tricky. It goes back to prioritizing your life, making sure your mental health is your priority. Boundaries is also about having a schedule. I, for example, before I got married to my amazing husband, Justin, I was single and could work 24/7 basically. And I took on a workload that was insane. And as soon as we got married, he was like, wait, what, you're working right now? Wait, it's Saturday, you're working? You've got people coming over to record? What? I had to start making some adjustments to my schedule so that, first of all, my husband didn't feel infringed upon because my business is run out of our home. And second of all, that balance in life is so essential. And I needed to make sure that I had time for my husband. I needed to make time for the kids that we were raising. I was suddenly a stepmom to some teenagers and was like, having to run kids to this and that, and really had to prioritize my life so that I had the balance that I needed. Therefore, creating these boundaries with clients and saying, I don't work after 6 p.m. I don't answer phone calls or texts after 6 p.m. I don't work on the weekends, which means I don't take your texts or phone calls on the weekends. You can be very, very nice about it. Most of the time, your clients are going to be 100% understandable. I've never had anyone say, what? You're not on call 24/7? No one has ever said that to me. I've always had people say, oh yeah, of course. Don't even worry about it. So make sure that you've got these boundaries with clients, that they understand what is important to you in your life, and that while you love working with them, while you value that relationship, you have to keep balance in your life. You value your personal health as well. Number 6, keep your finances in order with a budget. Now, I'm not an expert budget person, but there are plenty of experts out there, and you can Google personal finance budgets. But what's really important as a freelance entrepreneur, and what's very tricky, is that usually your income is sporadic. So make sure that you are setting aside money every single month to go into a savings account that's not a life savings, but a like a buffer fund for those times when you have less income coming in. You also want to be able to invest back into your business. So you want to make sure that you're setting aside a fund, building a fund that's specifically for investing back into the business. But you don't want to neglect just putting in funds into a buffer account for something to absorb the fact that your income will be going up and down. Which brings us to number 7. Do save money. Don't just think that, oh, I made like $3,000 this month. I'm going to spend all of it. Maybe next month you're only going to make $500. So make sure that you're setting aside that money to absorb those fluctuations. Number 8, set goals. This is really important. You're going to want to set monthly goals, weekly goals, and daily goals. I do this. I'm kind of a freak though. I love planners. I love to-do lists and checking things off. That's me. If it's not natural for you, try getting in the habit, and then maybe it's just looking at a week at a time and saying, okay, by the end of this week, I need to accomplish this, 3 things. And make it really simple at the beginning. If goal setting and checklist is not natural for you, or you even hate it. But if you are like me and you really enjoy the to-do list that you can cross off and setting goals and checking them off, I like to break things down regularly. So I have a planner, and I usually look at, first of all, the whole year, setting goals for the year, and then I reassess on a constant basis. At least every month I'm looking at, okay, right now it's the end of October. I'm looking at November and saying, okay, how close am I to fulfilling the things I wanted to fulfill in 2022? And how do I need to adjust so that I can accomplish the things that I really want to do that I haven't yet finished? If you're constantly just wishing, as we all know, this is not how we accomplish what we need to accomplish in life. We can't just dream about it, think about it. We really have to make our plans. So be sure to not just write down the goal, but make some action plans for it. Number 9, this seems really easy, but it's a big one. Get dressed every single day and arrive to your computer or wherever you need to be on time, just like it is a job. I am at my computer after the gym and everything by no later than 9:30. That's my deadline. And then if I have clients coming at 10, I'm ready to go. Even if I don't have any clients coming to my studio to record, I get dressed, I shower, and all of that just like I'm going to work. It helps me focus on my day. It helps me feel more like I'm doing my job. Number 10, take days off. If the weekend is not ideal for you, then make sure you're always taking Wednesdays off, or whatever works for you in your life and your family situation. Take days off, take vacations. Number 11, make a to-do list before you leave work so that it's all done. Make a to-do list for tomorrow so that you're not lying in bed awake going, oh, wait, I can't forget to do this. Oh, shoot, I need to make sure I do that. This is based on my own experience, obviously, but I've had to get into the habit of assessing where I'm at with meeting my goals for the week. And usually what I find is that I'm not able to accomplish everything I wanted to accomplish on a daily basis. And so I'll have to look at the next day and go, okay, I need to shift things around. Or I might get an email from someone that says, oh my gosh, we really need this done by tomorrow. I have to shift around my to-do list for the next day. So I reassess that at the end of every work day so that I can sleep better. Number 12, the last and final item on my list for being a successful entrepreneur is find a hobby that's outside of what you do for a living. whatever it is. It can be wine tasting or cooking or dancing or whatever, but something that takes you away from what you do for a living can be really, really healthy. It's all about making sure you feel balanced in your life, that you're prioritizing your mental health. Again, really important stuff. I hope that you'll take advantage of the free PDF. Download it now. This will help you prioritize your life, create a freelance schedule that works for you. Thanks for joining.